Welcome back folks, today we have some amazing news because CD Projekt Red has announced that for the first time, The Witcher 3 mods will be coming to consoles. Yes, it's actually finally happening. So today they actually made a post saying this. We will introduce cross-platform mod support for PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S later this year. For the first time, creating, sharing and enjoying mods for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt will be easier and more accessible than ever. So yes, for the first time ever, you're going to have mods on consoles, and this is amazing because I think a lot of people have been requesting that ever since, the game has launched. And I remember in the past when I was making like more Witcher 3 videos, the comment under that was always about like what happens with console mods. Are they going to be available? Well, now they are. And they did share more information about it, so let's go through the actual questions and answers that they have. So in a nutshell, the mods which are available for PC will be available for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, but of course do keep in mind when it comes to console mods in general, and something which you can see with both like Bethesda's games and also for example with Baldur's Gate 3, is that mods which infringe on IP. So I'm talking like any sort of mod which uses any sort of assets or copyrighted names or looks of any characters, those are not going to be available here. So most of the mods which are going to be available on consoles are going to be those lore friendly mods, or basically mods which don't infringe on anyone's IP. So one of the first things here is about, is it going to cost money? Well, uploading, sharing and downloading mods via cross-platform mod support is available at no extra cost to those who own The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, so I mean that's kinda expected. And they're also going to be doing this with Mod.io. Keep in mind we talked about Mod.io in the past because also GSC is going to bring cross-platform mods for Stalker 2 via them, so it's actually really nice that CDPR is gonna be doing the same. Now the cross-platform mod support is going to be available via the next patch, which is going to be released later this year. So this is not something that is coming like in a month or so. I'm kind of thinking maybe September, October or even November release date for this, because keep in mind these things take time to be made. Getting like mods to consoles, which is basically a different build and a version to like the PC, is going to require some time because usually these things are very difficult to implement. But one thing that they did actually see here, and I think which helps a lot, because it kind of removes like this part where you actually have to create a whole architecture for it, because Mod.io is going to be doing this, and they said here. So Mod.io is a tool that brings the cross-platform mod support to PC and consoles. It also provides an easy to use platform for downloading and uploading mods, which actually makes sense. So when it comes to Mod.io, and this is also going to be with any other like game which does any sort of collaboration with them, which includes Stalker 2, so this is what they said. So you will need to have a Mod.io account and connect it to your CD Projekt Red account in order to access the cross-platform mod support. A Mod.io account can be created when you access the new in-game mod menu for the first time or visit the Mod.io website. Mod creators can upload and manage their mods on the Mod.io website itself. But when it comes to other like modding services like Nexus Mods and Steam Workshop, they also said this. Yes, existing modding services can still be used, meaning players do not need to use the Mod.io to upload and download mods for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. However, the access to mods on consoles, Mod.io is required. Now this is something I also talked about, so what sort of mods will be available on these servers? Keep in mind that again, everything which I said like infringes on any sort of IP, those things are obviously under the guidelines and specific like selection criteria, because you're not going to be allowing every single mod to be available for consoles, and that's actually a bit of a sad thing to be honest. But keep in mind that's sort of it like every single game, because Sony and Microsoft don't really want anything like that to be even associated on their platform or to be associated with their own servers. So this is something which is not new. Like the PC version obviously is always going to have that full freedom compared to the console ones, but in any case, just having any sort of like mods for consoles is going to be pretty fantastic for people who are playing on console only and don't have a PC and therefore cannot mod. Now this is a specific part for mod creators. So does the cross-platform mod support only like RedKit mods? This is very important. RedKit gives mod creators access to the powerful tools used by CDPR CTR when creating The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and we therefore recommend it when creating mods. However, the cross-platform mod support will support mods created in other ways too. That being said, any mods for consoles that use scripts must be created with Redkit. I mean, this is for security purposes. Other mods for textures, bundles, and so on do not need to be created with Redkit, so this is important. Now, of course, I'm going to also leave you a link for the Redkit which they released for The Witcher 3, which basically allows the mod creators to make anything they want. Like, it's truly powerful. And of course, when it comes to creating mods, you will have to create them on PC and then, upload them to mod.io or etc, and they are going to be in the selection process for consoles as it's expected. You cannot make an actual mod fully through like the consoles themselves. And also at the end they said, how can I guarantee my mod will be available on console? So this is what they said. Mod created via Redkit have the best chance at being approved for Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5. So even though it's not technically required except for the, script related mods, doing this is going to yield you the highest chance because they want to see, obviously they want to have it go through their own system, through their own tools, which guarantees that everything is gonna be running smoothly for people. So this is all of the information we have for it right now. Keep in mind again that these are fantastic news, and specifically for Cyberpunk 2077. So one of the things that people have been, saying in the comments is that they want to see Cyberpunk mods for consoles. So if they're doing this with like The Witcher 3, I don't see no reason whatsoever that they shouldn't do it for Cyberpunk 2077, because first of all, the Cyberpunk modding is a lot more popular than The Witcher 3. I mean, I would love The Witcher 3 to have the same like, modding popularity in a sense, but Cyberpunk mods have been really going strong. So one of the first things which I see them doing, and this makes every single logical sense because at the same time we're not going to see the next Cyberpunk game until like 2029, 2030. So when you have all of those things taken into account, releasing the full red kit first for Cyberpunk 2077 and then including Cyberpunk into mod.io, I think that's going to be an absolute win for the game, and it's going to be an absolute win for the community. Because if this is now available for The Witcher, like it makes sense. Like it just makes sense from both like the, as I said, community, user-generated content standpoint, all the way to like the business standpoint, because this guarantees that more people will be playing the game, they will be going back to the game, and ultimately some of them will be buying the game again or for the first time when they hear, hey, there's going to be some mods here. And then on top of that, everything else that people can create for PC, including like full-on servers, which is something that people are already working on with CyberMP. So just imagine having full modding tools with that. I think there is a lot which can be created here. So yes, after 10 years, we have the mods on consoles. It's been a while, but these companies are now going into modding, and I'm really glad to see that. So I do presume that a lot of like companies in the future will be going with mod.io to like start doing this stuff, because they know the power of modding. Bethesda knew that like ages ago, and I think that a lot of other companies, at least on the management, level, are, figuring that out. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will have the Clear Obscure Expedition 33 video tomorrow. That's going to be amazing. I worked really hard on that review because I thoroughly enjoyed the game. But for the time being, if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button for more, and tell me down below what do you think about all of this in the comments. Also, huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye bye.